Now, according to the instructions that came with this kit, we're going to make some char cloth with the tin that the kit came in. Hole is already punched in that metal, so I'm going to stick a hole, break the paper that has covered my hole up. Don't know if it's necessary, but I'm going to make that, I'm reaming that hole just a little bit larger than what it is. Make sure I got a good hole. Let's see. Okay, there's my hole. You can see it there, hopefully. Now that I have my hole where the gases can escape, I have some cloth that I'm going to char. Your cloth must be 100% cotton. If it is not 100% cotton, it will not work. I don't care if you got a t-shirt, I don't care if you got jeans, I don't care what you got. If it is even 1% spandex or polyester or something, it will not work, and all jeans are not 100% cotton. This happens to be some brand new material because I make a lot of char cloth from time to time. I just have fun doing it. And I have about, you got 5 pieces here. This is, I think this is a denim fabric. It is 100% cotton. This is some that I cut from an old pair of work pants. I don't know what this is. Maybe some kind of a canvas material, or I don't know what it is. But anyway, it is 100% cotton according to what said on the label on the old pair of pants that I cut it from. We're going to find out. I got 5 pieces of that. I cut it about, you can see about what size, I guess maybe 2 inches by 3 inches or something. Stack it up right there. I lay it in my tin loosely. Had it loosely in the tin, just sitting in there. Put the top on it. Now we're going to go cook it. First of all, you're going to see the camera cut and come back on this part of the video, because I don't think anybody wants to sit there for 15 minutes watching this thing cook. So we're going to run the video a little off and on for time purposes. And let's get out there and see if we can fire this thing up, make it cook some char cloth. Have my striker light tin with the char cloth inside it in this old grill I got outside. I'm going to notice I have the striker light tin on the bottom of my grill. I don't want any fire up underneath that tin. It seems to, if you get the bottom of it too hot like that, it's like frying it. It tends to want to cook it too stiff on the bottom of the can. So I always put my tin on the bottom of my grill. Just for a tip, I've done this many times with an Altoids tin. Altoids tin doesn't shut as tight as this tin shutting, so sometimes I'll put tin foil around my Altoids tin and stick a hole in the tin foil in the top where the hole is in the top of my Altoids tin. And it seems to work using an Altoids tin, doing it this same way. Have my fire stacked, my wood. I got some on the top and some on all around it, but none up underneath the tin. So let's fire it up and see what happens. I use a little accelerant to get my fire going. When I say accelerant, I'm not using gasoline. I'm using kerosene or charcoal lighter. Diesel fuel works okay. It won't flare up quite as bad as gasoline. That doesn't mean it's not dangerous, so be careful when you're playing with fire. I'll be adding some wood to my fire as time goes on. We'll see how it goes. This shouldn't take over, should take about 15 minutes. Shouldn't take over about 20 minutes just for the few pieces we have in that tin. So I didn't put a clock on it, but it's going to be about 15 to 20 minutes to be done. I did some arranging so that you could see the hole in the top of that fire kit tin. Notice there is a flame coming out of the hole, if you can see it. I hope so. That is the gases are escaping from that char cloth. That cloth is charring. Now, the gas is escaping, ignite, and you'll see that flame coming out of the top of your hole. When that flame gets down to very small, say 1/4 of an inch tall or so, I'll take it off, or either the smoke gets very, very weak coming out, I'll take it off. It'll be done. So let's see what happens. Now you can see that flame getting smaller and smaller. If that flame goes out, it's going out from time to time, and if a flame gets over there to it, it'll reignite it. So I can put some fire over there, a burning piece of wood over there next to that hole, and it'll keep that thing lit. It's a lot easier to tell what you're doing if you got a flame coming out instead of the smoke. Sometimes you can't see the smoke. That flame is actually so small, I'm going to go ahead and take it off. You can see it coming on intermittently. I have my tongs, taking it off with my tongs. I'm going to set it down. I got this cloth down here is wet. I'm going to set it on that wet cloth and sort of cool faster. And I'm going to actually fold that wet cloth over my tin so you don't want any air to get in that hole. If it does, your cloth will ignite and burn up. If you take that cloth tin off the top off of your tin, before it's good and cool, it will ignite. The cloth will ignite when the air hits it, and you will ruin your cloth. So let it cool very good. I let it cool for about 20 minutes and make sure, even in that little tin. Okay, here's our char cloth. I let it cool for about, I guess, 30 or 45 minutes. And remember, it was wrapped up in that damp cloth. Before I took that damp cloth, I rubbed it. I got all the smut off of this here tin with that cloth. Now, sometimes you might put a cloth on there that's too wet. I have done that before, and water actually dripped into my hole from the cloth. Got my cloth wet inside there. Didn't matter if your char cloth gets wet, just lay it out to dry. Spread it out on something. I just spread it out on a paper plate sometimes in the house and let it dry. It doesn't hurt it. It's still good cloth. Okay, let's open this thing up and see what we have. Okay, there's your cloth. Feels good. Looks good. It's flimsy. What you're looking for, this cloth should feel like velvet or soft flannel. Has a very smooth, very soft feel to it. It's also real flimsy, real black. Now, we look through it a little bit, see what we got. If any of it, some in the middle might not have charred good. No, it did. If any of it feels a little stiff, it means it could have charred a little longer. But this feels pretty good. I'm going to take a piece of it. There's a piece of it. Let me I'm going to tear off just a little bit. Give me all those little threads. Here we go. Got a lot of little threads hanging off right there. Okay, I did cut the camera off and back on because I had to get my little piece of flint. We're going to try it with this cream colored flint this time. We did already tested the gray. Let's try this cream colored one, see if we can light up this little piece of cloth. I'm going to double that. Some people double their cloth. It gives them twice as much little threads for the spark to hit on. Yeah, it looks like a sharp place right there. Let's see if we can light this up. This is the char cloth we just made today, so let's see how good it is. Here we go. Wow, first strike, look. Brand new char cloth. Let's put it out. And that's with the cream colored flint. Let's try it again. Surely it's not all going to be that good. Yeah, it did. Look at there. First strike. There's the burn. That is some excellent char cloth. We made it today. We made it in the Go Napping Flint and Steel Fire Making Kit 10. Worked perfectly. Do it just like I showed you. You make good char cloth. It's easy to do and right fun to do too. Okay, I'm having so much fun. Let me just get another piece of this char cloth, and we tested gray flint and we tested cream colored flint, and this is the other flint. It's a bigger one. This is gray. We hadn't tested this one. Let's try it and see what happens. Okay, I'm going to tear about a third of this one off this time. I'm going to fold it over like I did that other one. I'll lay it right there. Feels sharp to me. Let's see if it'll light up. Okay, first good strike, it hit in 2 places. Let's try it again. Wow, that's some good, that is some excellent, not folded this time. I'm just going to put it on there like that. I'm just having fun right now. Once you get started and use little bitty pieces, you can have a lot of fun doing this. And you never run out of char cloth if you have a place to bake a fire. And you got some good cotton fabric, 100% cotton. There's the strike. You have a lot of fun doing this, and your char cloth is little labor intensive. They call it labor intensive, but it's fun. And there's my. See, that one took 2 or 3 strikes to do that, but that's okay.